This isn't my usual video, but I felt called to do this video, so I'm posting it. And I didn't have a plan of it or anything. I was actually going to record a full moon meditation video, and then I thought, you know what, I just want to be real. I want to just do a sit down video, and hopefully this video will support other people who are feeling lonely on their journey, and also know that we're all human, including myself, and it's okay to feel lonely. So grab some tea, because we're going to talk about the art of being lonely, how loneliness comes into our life, what it's meant to teach us, and just a bit about this week. This weekend was a big weekend for me, and I'm really excited to share with you guys. So if this is your first time here and this title has brought you to this channel, I'm Shika, your conscious mentor, and I go through all things consciousness, manifestation, moon videos, and meditations and healings, and helping you go deep into the shadow. The shadow teaches us so much in different periods of our life, and it so happened to teach me something this weekend on my birthday. I'm about to start my Saturn return, and a lot of things have been coming up. It's been overwhelming. As we are living in the world that we are today, I'm sure a lot of you can resonate saying that it feels weird to be around people. It feels weird to be with our loved ones again. It's almost like, it feels like we've been locked up, which we have been for so long, and we're finally seeing the sun for the first time in years. And sometimes that can be overwhelming because a lot of us have changed. I have changed so much. I have lost 90% of my friendships before this whole world went to a halt. And I rebuilt beautiful relationships and friendships. You guys here, which I'm so grateful for, as well as some beautiful friends that I've met in the community, in the conscious community. And it's been literally my lifeline. It has helped me so much. But then there's also periods of time where you just still feel so lonely, and this weekend was one of those weekends. Birthdays are weird for me. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. But then there's also this sense of shedding that comes up. And especially as a Scorpio, we shed so much. Any Scorpios here, death, rebirth, death, rebirth. It just keeps on coming into cycles. And sometimes so much so it feels like it's impossible to leave it. So as I read your comments of you guys saying happy birthday, I'm in so much awe and happiness that my good friends, my best friends online here are saying happy birthday to me, and I'm just in so much happiness. But yet there's still this sense of loneliness that comes up. So on Saturday was my birthday, and I celebrated it with my loved ones. We enjoyed amazing food and champagne, and just bathed into this happiness of a new year. And this year has been so much. I sat with Madre, the grandmother, ayahuasca 3-4 times this year. 4 times this year. Gonna be 5 soon. I'm gonna be sitting with her again soon. I, ended up losing a lot of friends, reconnected with old ones. I started to create boundaries with my loved ones, my family, simply by going back to my inner child and noticing that they didn't feel like they had a voice. They didn't feel like they could speak up to adults, to parents, and finally being like, you know what? No, we're going to create some boundaries, and that you aren't this little girl that cannot speak on what, they want, what they're asking for. And that was really hard, especially being raised in a very strict household, right? And I'm still in awe that I'm actually sharing this with you guys, but you guys are my best friends. I'm sharing it. We're sharing it. We're talking. We're speaking about it. So I'm just sharing this because I want to say that if you have felt like I did for my birthday, it is normal. Please do not hold it all in. Allow yourself to feel every emotion of feeling sad, feeling like something is dying within you, feeling that you're shedding and you're shedding and you're shedding, feeling like sometimes comparison, which comes from the subconscious, am I where I'm meant to be? Am I in the right place? Am I with the right people in my life? All these things that come to chatter into the mind over and over again. And again, that is okay. So all this to say, being alone teaches us what parts of our shadow feels lonely because we're ashamed of them. And the part of my shadow that my birthday gifted me was the shadow of judgment of this new quantum leap that I'm about to embark for my Saturn return. As I start my Saturn return, the Saturn return, for those who don't know, is a time of which your soul lessons, usually related to your Chiron, and you just go through major life changes. You might change your job drastically. You might lose a relationship, be in a relationship, have a pregnancy, start a family. You might move to a completely different country on the other side of the world. You might move to a different place. Any big life changes you can think of right now that would drastically change your whole life, Saturn return brings that. On average, your Saturn return tends to be 1 to 2 years. And I know you guys are going to ask, Shika, where can I find my Saturn return? Just Google Saturn return calculator and it will bring you to it. Some of you might have it longer, it might be 4 years, might be 5 years, might be only a month, but I always like to say this is the trailer of your Saturn return. And even though my Saturn return isn't necessarily starting this exact day of my birthday, because it's the birthday before my Saturn return, it is starting to exaggerate more and more of the things that I need to heal on. And as my little kid self, judgment was a really big part of my core wound. And it's something that I keep shedding and something that really does influence my boundaries. Do I feel like this person is making me feel uncomfortable, unsafe in myself? If so, how can I change that? How can I communicate that? How can I make that boundary? Is this relationship supporting me? So the gift of the shadow of being alone really taught me that I have this fear of this lack of love if I'm not accepted by those old relationships. We all are, that's why we take so long to let go of that childhood friend. That's why we take so long to let go of that ex-partner that treats us like, and we still go back to them. We still, answer their messages at 3 a.m. Why do we do that? Why? It's because right deep inside, there's a part of our soul that is fearing to be alone. There's a part of our soul that is fearing to just have a second of quietness, stillness, not scrolling on our phones, right? So I challenged that part this weekend. I cried of happiness. I cried of feeling judged because I'm deciding certain things with my help. I cried. I did do that too. I cried because I wasn't able to spend my birthday with my immediate family because personal things came up. And I felt like that child was being abandoned again, So all these things came up, and even though I'm a healer, I'm a space holder, we all have our shadows. No matter what healer tells you that they've healed, we all have it. It's the awareness of the layers. We're an onion, and in every part of our human life, every second, every hour, every minute, we change, we shift, we shed, we keep certain things. And loneliness tests us about that. It tells us, what are we keeping in our life and hoarding? What are we ready to let go? What are we wanting? What is our soul yearning? Is it love? Is it sensuality? Is it feeling of placement, a feeling of self? Is it feeling grounded and safe? All these things are things that our human body constantly asks us to come. So the next time we honor loneliness, I want you to ask yourself, what is your shadow trying to tell you? What part of your shadow have you put in a timeout in a corner and avoided because you are angry at that part of you? And giving yourself permission to be angry, but also giving yourself permission to look at that shadow in the corner and say, what's going on? What is this void? Why are you reacting in these emotions? And let's work on this together. I'm looking forward to the next few days. I felt called to do a water fast and a juice cleanse to really tune with the intention to work on self and to understand what parts of myself am I shedding in this birthday before my Saturn return to prepare me for the huge, exciting life changes. And understanding that with that, my understanding and my consciousness of understanding that I felt lonely this weekend, in a year from now, I'm gonna feel so amazing. I'm gonna feel happy because I took one step forward to letting that lonely self speak up, to letting that lonely self be seen. So next time you're lonely, see your lonely self, hold your lonely self, care for your lonely self, tune into the heart. I have a heart chakra meditation that might help you for this, and see why is it here. And as I close my eyes here, I feel this beautiful energetic being that is in this space, that is holding space for you. I hope you guys can still hear me because my neighbors are playing music upstairs. But I trust you do. And the music is so soft and kind of like a movie. You know, at the end when someone is like missing someone, they said, oh, I'm gonna go back to the airport, I'm gonna tell that person I love you. It's like I'm going back to my old self. I love you, lonely self. You're okay, you're not alone. There's so many other divine beings here with you. So that's my rant. I hope you guys can sit and just say, Shika, I see you, and I also feel you because I've experienced that, or maybe you're currently experiencing feeling lonely. But again, how you get over loneliness is understanding that it is a void and it is a part of your shadow self that maybe you're embarrassed to face. And just taking little inches and centimeters forward to face that part of you, to hold that part of you, to love that part of you, and to honor that part of you. So I love you all so much. Know that you're not lonely. Everyone in this community is here. Feel free to comment down below what resonates and also to connect with your family here. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, and subscribe if you really felt connected to this video. And I will see you guys in the next video. I feel like I'm gonna be a clear vessel the next time you see a video, which will probably be the full moon video that I will post for you guys. And I'm really excited to see that part of me. So I love you so much. Thanks for listening to me. Many loves, many kisses. And I love you. I love you. I love you. Bye.